lovely to see you. Welcome back. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. And so great to see you, Bravo, and Creative Dragonfly, and Deirdre in cooking your dinner. So thanks all for joining. It's going to be a really nice session today. Oh wow, Bravo, you've been doing some art. I was going to ask you on the chat, I thought I might as well ask you in person. Welcome if you're watching on Instagram. It's really lovely to have you. You'll get a much better view if you use the link in my bio and watch on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook. But of course you're really welcome here as well. Okay, let me just move that chat somewhere useful. There we go. Right, let me just check that's working. Yes, brilliant. Okay, tell me if the music looks a bit loud. Better? To my untrained eye. Oh, thanks, Deedles, cool, really lovely to have you, thank you. Now, how should I address you, Deedles? And thanks about the blue hair. Yeah, it was getting a bit faded and jaded, and I thought it needed pepping up, and I gave up waiting for my teenage daughter to take pity on me, so I did it myself. So this is a real DIY job. Look at that, it's a bit patchy. But I'm going to try and make out that was a deliberate fade. If I may, I give it to turn your music down. Right, thanks. Thank you. I need you to lead me by the nose. I literally, really need all your help. And bravo, I did slightly work out how to mute someone. Oh, that's you, Deirdre. Okay, brilliant, lovely, fantastic. So you found me on YouTube. Great, wonderful. So nice to have you. So Deirdre, I think there's a good chance that there will be some others joining, and I know you know this, but bravo, you probably don't know, I'm doing a giveaway this week. You've been doing Zentangles. Oh, I know what they are. Yeah, fantastic. Let me think. So this is they're like geometric patterns, aren't they? I've got a friend who does this sort of thing, and yeah, she finds it really helps her chill out, really mindful. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, great way to relax. How lovely. So welcome everyone. Now you'll see, if you're watching on Instagram, you can't see this, but I'll just move on over. Here we go. So I've basically got 2 videos that I'm going to be doing like that. So what I'm going to be doing is I've also got them up on YouTube. So if you want to look, I've got a playlist called References, and I've got some videos on there. And I'm going to be using that, and I'm going to be freeze framing these. So I'll show you how it works. So this is a really nice way to draw. Slightly clunky in my operation, but so here we go. I've got 2 videos. There's this one, and I'm going to be freezing frames, and this one here. So I just chose those. I've discovered this Pexels. So you can get free license, free to use license videos. So I can share those because I've been struggling to find some. You haven't seen Brian? Yeah, Brian is streaming, I believe. He's very active on Discord and on Instagram. I joined his stream maybe a couple of weeks ago. Deirdre, there's a really great streamer that Bravo and I follow called Gyre Brian. He might join. It's late. He's in the Philippines and it's late there at the moment. So yeah, but the other thing we're going to do, and Brian's already entered this, so the giveaway draw, and Deirdre, you're in as well. So this is it. So to enter, it's a giveaway draw to win next week's subject. So this is the sort of thing I do on my Soggy Rabbit account. They're soft toy portraits. Deirdre has commissioned the most amazing, epic, I think I've only ever done one other one that is that big. I'm so excited of the, well, I better not say anything in case you've got me on loud in the kitchen and there are people walking through. But basically what I've done is I've collected the names of everyone who entered the chat last week, unless you want to exclude yourself, so you're fine to bow out if it's not your thing. But obviously it doesn't cost anything. So if you add your name into the chat, so Bravo, unless you tell me you don't want to be in, you're in. What I will do is I will draw, in fact, I'm hoping that middle child is going to come, Leon. You might remember Leon from my Soggy Rabbit streams. So Leon's going to come and draw out a name from the hat. And when he does, so I'm basically just going to do it, it's just a really small draw, and then that person, what you'll win is I will use your soft toy. You'll have to send me a photo of a soft toy, so it's make a great present. So if you know anyone who's got a soft toy that they really love, then this is the original Soggy Rabbit, really unpleasant toy that belonged to my now 10-year-old. And Soggy Rabbit was the star of the Soggy Rabbit show. Yes, he's very, very full of himself actually. It's done him good to have a bit of time out of the limelight. So yeah, so that's it. So I will be doing the draw at 4 o'clock. So if I forget, please tell me. Hey Michelle, oh my goodness, if you're watching, hello, it's so lovely to see you. Right, really, really lovely to see you pop up. So I'm just basically doing this drawing. And let's get that video running. So I think, I'm trying to decide which one to do first. I think I will do this one first. So what I propose to do is basically to scrub through the video, and you're very, very welcome to draw as well. You can find this video on my YouTube channel, so if you want to have it running on a separate device or you want to do this later, just look on the references playlist on my YouTube channel and you'll find this video. And what I really, there's some things I really loved about this, so look at that, you know, just so full of joy, and I love the way her dress moves. And I love her updo, and just that, you know, she looks like she's got a model's walking style. Oh dear, right, I've gone to the wrong, gone back. Let's go back to the other video. How do I do this? Here we are, right. So what I tend to do sometimes is slow them down, so you can slow down videos when you're scrubbing through, and let's just, I basically just freeze frame and try and catch something that's not too there. See, if you catch a motion at the extreme, it's really good. If you catch it like that, it's not quite so good, although that's nice in that she's off balance. So, and can you see, so you can really think about where you stop it and then use that. So I'm just going to look now for a basic, nice, oh, done it again, pose. I just keep getting to the end of the video, that's the problem. Go through. Right, let's just freeze. There, that's a lovely, like, it's like a flamenco. There we go. Look at that skirt moving. Okay, so what I'm using, I've got a few things. So I could use, you can use anything. You can use colour. Oh, bravo, I'm going to put your name in here. So you are on the list. There's Brian from last. So Brian joined this stream last week. So you're in the draw, unless you tell me you want to be out. But you've got to tell me by 4 o'clock if you do. Okay, so this is like the opposite of Zentangles in that it's quite free. So it's a real, you know, free your mind. And let's have a look then. I can draw here. Let's turn this over and so you've got a nice clear view. Right, so all I'm doing, all right, I was going to show you, I'm going to be using, this is an metallic nib pen here. It's got like a chisel tip. Oh, where is it? I had one. Here's my, okay. This is a chisel tip, and they're quite nice for drawing with because you can obviously do them thin and bold. So say I took this, I'm thinking about her spine, I'm really thinking about anatomy here and the weight. So looking at where she's got her weight, she's kind of up on her toes, which is a nice thing about her weight. She's got, look at her shoulders are almost like sideways on like that. And when you're doing this sort of thing, you can definitely exaggerate stuff. You don't need to over-explain everything. Let's just focus that a bit better. I got this really fab camera that does a manual focus, so it's not constantly zooming in on my hand. So I'm literally drawing now with the side, and then when you've got a kind of sense of what you your basic movement, then you can add in some more like this. You can add in some more definite bits, and obviously it doesn't have to be the whole thing doesn't need to be definite, just those. So there you go. Now you can also, with drawing movement, you can it's good to be kind of sparing, but look at the way things move. I love this, and you can kind of do some dynamic, but it's really easy to get carried away with those, and then it just looks silly. Looks like you've tried too hard. So let's scrub through a little bit more. I'm just going to check that I can see the chat. Yes, okay, cool. Right, if you put anything in the chat, it will come up here, so I'll be able to see. If you're watching, oh, Nikki, hi, lovely to see you on Instagram, Nikki. Nikki, if you want to watch the full screen, you just come on the chat. Hi, lovely to have you back. Thanks so much for joining. No planet stuff today, I promise. Nikki, I'm doing a giveaway today, a giveaway draw. So if you want to put anything in the chat, then you're really welcome, and I'll enter you in the draw. And I'm drawing at 4 o'clock, drawing a soggy rabbit drawing, which looks like, where is it? Looks like that. So the prize is to have your picture drawn next week on this stream. Right, let's get back to the drawing board. Okay, so there we go. There's one from that. Now let's, I'll just go and scrub a little bit further through. So I'm going to do like a sheet of this. Oh, that's lovely. Really lucking out here on the freeze frames. I'll do a page of pencil stuff as well. Right, so this one, so yes, so I had to allow a bit of space there to fit her head in. Let's go, so she's got, and you can always definitely prioritise that, get that spine in. So you can see this is just, so I've got a sense of structure. I'll talk this through in a minute. And she's actually, because she's moving, she's actually off balance. And this is a really good way you can show movement. So she's got one foot like that, and then her front foot is like this. But both of them, I would say, are slightly off. So if that's her line of gravity, both feet are off. And I think that gives a really nice effect. So there's her calf there. I'm just trying to pick out the things that really explain the pose and ignore the rest. She's also got her head kind of very slightly tilted forward. Some of these won't work, just so you know, just managing your expectations. If I pull my name out, better than it goes to better that it goes to a small person. Ah, would you not have a small person that you could give it to? Because that would be, so if you have a small person that you could give it to, or like a friend or anyone, then you can give this to them. So you'd absolutely be very welcome to stay in, because you've got, but it's not compulsory. Okay, let's get, I think her shoulders feel a bit high, so I've just dropped that down a little bit. Let's get that position of that hand like this. Okay, and then with this sort of thing, if you're kind of true to what you see, even if some of them don't work, like this one hasn't been brilliant, but if I do that there, you get more of a sense of that leg. So there's that front leg, and the back leg is, let's exaggerate that there. Okay, so there we go. Right, I think she needs her dress in as well, because that there. I'm getting I'm entering on the territory of over-explaining here, and I'm going to get a little bit of a there. Okay, let's scrub on through. Yes, so this doesn't have to be for you, this picture. This can be, if you win the Soggy Rabbit portrait, I've got to do that. There we go. Then it's something that you can definitely give as a Christmas present. So you don't need to identify the child at all. You can just get her. So now she's really firmly anchored on that centre of gravity. But her shoulders, look, her shoulders are over here. So we've got the spine coming like that, and there goes that foot, like that. Brilliant. I love that. And there's her hand. So vaguely interested in realistic proportions. Again, I'm drawing with the corner to start with. Let's really get that sense of shoulder, arm, there. So most people have these as the Soggy Rabbit portraits as presents for children. So they're not at all for yourself. It's just a reward and a thank you for you all for watching. So you can send me a photo of a soft toy. I don't need to know whose it is, and I can then I can send you, if you win, an illustration of that soft toy that you can give them for Christmas. It's simple. There are no catches at all, but as I said, it's not at all compulsory. Right, here she is doing her very, very joyful hop. And I quite like these kind of slightly stompy shoes. Get that face in. I love these ruffles. See how I'm using the negative shape there to throw that leg forward to describe the leg. I don't know if it even works, but hopefully it does. There we go. I might even put a hint at her features there. Okay, let's go in a bit closer so you can see. And as I said, I hope that you can see it starts to form a sense of the whole thing. Right, let's do a little bit more scrubbing. There we go, another lovely one. Okay, right. Now, it's worth taking a minute to look at the pose, and squinting is always worth doing too. Get her spine in. She's actually got this knee bent like that. Can you see there's her bum? There's her shoulders are at this angle. So it's what we call a contrapposto pose. So her hips are at that tilt and her shoulders are at that tilt. And in fact, her head is right back like that. And there is her arm. That. And then this hand is down here in a very, very great, she's so graceful. I love her. It's all about just trying to capture that the essence of the pose. I hope, bravo, that you're tempted to get your pencils out and have a go. And create a dragonfly. I hope if you want to have a go later, you can do it on using my the reference video will stay up on my YouTube, so you can keep doing that. Right, so I've got the general shape of that, and then I'm just going to commit to the ruffles because they're a good, and you'll see when we do the ballet dancer, the tutu does the same thing. It just gives you like a hook for describing the right, let's get that. I think her hair actually is down there because her head is back. And we've got, I'll show you in a second, right, a little bit of structural stuff that you can use to help you. Okay, so I'm not going to put any, or maybe I will. Let's give her a like that. Right, okay, so just to talk a little bit about structure, let's do it this way, sorry you can see my light there. When you're drawing a figure, scrub her through, I'm going to just show you the very structural bit rather than the actual. Let's try and find a bit, there we are, okay, this isn't, okay, I want her front on, not sideways, or back is fine. Okay, so we'll do this back pose. Okay, so when you look, and this is true if you're doing a serious drawing of you know, anything long or short, any drawing like this, the same sort of principle applies if you want it to be realistic. So you need to look for the shoulders, get that spine in quickly. There's her sort of bottom area. There are her shoulders. You can actually almost think of it like a stick person. Her arm is slightly away from us, so there's her elbow. So you can try and actually kind of put it together like a yeah, like a stick person. Okay, have a sense of the angle of the hips, and sometimes it really helps to do a line. Let's go in a bit closer so you can see. There we go. But not so close that you can't see her feet. Right. Okay. Right. So then so of course her hip joints, they come out from the side there. That's her femur. If you're going to be pedantic about it. Right, and then what you can do is you can look, sometimes if you've got a profile of the calf, you can think about that calf muscle. That's always a good, think about the bits that are touching the ground. So there's a foot there. So you kind of, it's like you're constructing the figure. So a lot of people do this, like that, for shoulders. But remember, you've got this rib cage inside, so they're really more like that. So figures often, in fact, some people think of figures as never having a concave slope. You can draw them completely with convex curves, because the theory is, oh my goodness, Paul, hello, so lovely to see you. You were forced to watch a cross-country high-speed train leaving Parkway. Forced, right, against your will. A likely story. Yeah, so what was I saying? I'll go back to the drawing board. Yeah, so, oh, I know, I was going to talk to you about bags of water. So basically the theory is that we are all bags of water, and therefore you could argue that even, I try and show you on me, so there, so even though you might say this is a curve, like a concave curve, if you were drawing that, what you can actually, and if you look really closely, what it does tend to do is it's a series of bumps that move round in a curve. So if I was to do a neck, you could draw a neck like that, or you could draw, that's the sternomastoid, like this thing here, which connects your sternum up to behind your ear, and then you've got your muscles here, like your trapezius muscle. So if you're working out, so this is the face here, there's the chin. Okay, so you've got that and that and that, and then you've got the bulge of the delts there. So it's just the theory about how you can draw necks and bodies and rib cages. So right, well, that's fine, Creative Dragonfly. You're gonna put, so you can put two on. You could put two toys in one picture. Deirdre didn't do that. Deirdre put 7 toys in one picture. So 2 is nothing. Right, so this dancer, let's get her. So you've also got the back of her skull, like that. So there's her, and there you've got this, the whole, if they've got a decent hairstyle, like a ponytail or an updo, or something like that, or a hat, or actually with men you get if they've got the sort of short hair, you can show, there's usually a way you can show the direction of the tilt of the head by the hairstyle. And then, so we've got those, there's the traps. See how that looks better than just a curve, hopefully. There's her arms, and now then we get to the fun bit where you can really sort of express that motion, sometimes just with the clothes. and not to be too it's just that thing of not overdoing it. So she's actually, there's her hip there, so that goes down to here. I've drawn her legs too long here, but never mind. I think people don't generally mind that, do they? Right, and then there's her other. That's really hard to draw. I'm not going to even worry too much about that. It's really hard to draw a foot like that in a sort of gestural drawing, but that's where maybe catching the video at a good point is a good way to do it. Right. So it's trying to catch that sort of momentary thing. Right, there we go. I'll move this just a little bit straight so you can see. And let's do one more from this, and then I'll move on to the other video. Okay. Oh, I'm so pleased you've been persuaded. I promise it is absolutely nothing threatening or strange or compromising. It's just good. Right. Welcome people on Instagram. It's so lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just drawing dancers. If you watch on YouTube, you can see my reference video. I've got 2 reference videos, and they're also available on my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's do one more from this. So scrub, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Oh, look at that, there's a lovely basic walking position. So let's get that in here. And she's got that fantastic so this is part of, I think, what makes models look like models it's that posture. So this arm, in the way we've actually caught it, is strangely foreshortened as it's like coming towards you. So I'm going to just take a bit of a liberty with that. So see, I've mapped out those shoulders, and so what's she done? She's actually, no, it's not like that, is it? They're pretty level, because I can see her chest is level, but then her, yeah, so let's get that leg in there, and there, she's got that, but she's got that lovely tilt. So quite often it's the weight bearing leg that is, the hip is up on the leg that's bearing the weight. Because it's basically, it has to be straight and support you up the spine. So it looks from this like she's got more weight going onto her front foot, and that's helped by the hips. It's not it's like so many of these things, it's not a universal rule, but something you can quite often do is just try standing in these positions. So if you're drawing somebody, it's a really great tip to try standing in the position they're in, and then you can kind of feel their feel where the weight is. Okay, there she is. She's starting to appear, hopefully. And there's her hair. Okay, and we've got a bit of shadow under here, the waist. Right, and let's get that. How are we doing for time, guys? I wonder whether I'm starting to look like I need. I'm going to try a little bit of shadow under there. Let's see if that works. And a bit of shadow on her arm there, and on this arm here. Bit more hair going on there, and make sure you can see that this is the front leg. There we go. And I'm going to emphasize that kick up there with the motion. Right, it is now 3:30, so I am just going to close. Oh, hello Leon, you're with Lucas and Alex, so you can't do the draw. Okay, darling. Thank you, darling. So okay, so I'll do the draw myself. Right, let me just move in here. Right, so entries to the drawer are now closed, and just make sure I haven't missed anyone in the comments. So we've got, okay, brilliant, right. So this is utter transparency. The prize is going to be your toy portrait, so a soft toy portrait like these ones that I'm just showing here. And here on the drawing board are all the people who've entered in the chat, and I'm going to cut you out. See, look, the odds are absolutely brilliant. When I do these draws on Instagram, I get hundreds of entries, and look at this, you're absolutely laughing all the way to the... So I'm going to cut your names out, and I'm going to have to ask Soggy Rabbit here to do the draw. So Soggy Rabbit, you need to get yourself in order. Wake up, pull yourself together. You've got a big responsibility here. There, right. And I'm going to fold them all up, and then we will draw them. Soggy Rabbit's going to draw them blindfold at 4 o'clock. So if you're in and out, if you're dipping in and out and lurking, come back at, make sure you're here at 4 o'clock to watch the draw and see if you have won. So the other thing I wanted to say was this streaming lark is really great fun. I really absolutely love doing it because I love all you guys and I really love your enthusiasm. But I'm starting to think that in the run up to Christmas I have lots of serious commissions, and I have a commission list and stuff, and it does take quite a long time. So I might be taking at best a break from next week, and see you over on other channels. But here we go. There is I'm giving a cup of tea. Oh my goodness, Paul. Is that to say thank you for watching the cross-country high-speed train? Right, so look at this, look at these odds. They're absolutely great. You're in with a real chance of winning a lovely Christmas, and that'll be one Christmas present sorted. Okay, so let's go back to the drawing board. Oh, I'll just also just show you, so here are these videos. So I've credited the sources of the videos. If you ever want to do stuff like this, you can grab videos from YouTube. It's just I can't because I'm showing them on the stream. But I have put the credits on the bottom there. Hopefully you can see down there. And I got them from Pexels, and that they are free to use. So it's a great repository. If I'd had more time, I would have found some better ones. I mean, some other ones, not that these ones, I was so happy with these I stopped looking, to be honest, so it wasn't that there were better ones. But and for people on Instagram, here's the next one that we're going to be doing. Okay, guilt. Yes, right. Okay, let's move that to the side, and let's go to the let's choose and go to the other video. So I'll bring that other video up. Hopefully you can see that, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I'm going to be just scrubbing through this video, taking a whole load of artistic license. Lots of chances where there's even, like, I like this one because there's a bit of jumping, aerial work, and you know, the tutu. So like where the hair and the dress gives a really good, you just have to look for chances and things, hooks that you can use to illustrate that movement. Okay, so I'll put that to the side. Let's do this. So I'm thinking with this one, I might do it in a soft pencil. I'm going to have a look through my lovely pencil pot. This is a really great pencil. I really like this one. And I've got a nice, this is like graphite pencil, so there's no wood on this one. A Koh-i-Noor. I love the Koh-i-Noors, they're really nice. This is a stump. I might try using a stump as well. Okay, so let's start. Should we start with this one and try and cover the page with ballerinas? Okay, so Again, it's the same principle. I'm doing light. Let's go in a bit. Yeah. So it's very light to start with. I can see that lovely motion going up through. So try, if you can, just like sometimes just ignore the clothes and look for what we call rhythms going through. And I love that her foot's almost flat there. I really like that. I'm going to sort of commit to that. And this one's kind of pointed out towards us. A bit of squinting, and also there's a bit of a kick. Can you see the kick back? So she's got quite an angle here. So her bum is under here, and that tutu is kicking out. So we can actually emphasize that like that, but it does go over the leg. It doesn't. The leg's not coming out from that. I'm not really in the business of exaggerating, except where it helps to describe the posture, and so I'm certainly not looking to kind of there were quite a lot of there's always, you know, when you start looking for reference videos, I'm afraid you do come across some not particularly nice stuff. And you just have to be active. Right. Okay, so here she is. So this is a lot more subtle. Let's try with the stump. So I'm going to go for, see, I'm holding at the end. If you're watching on Instagram, you may not be able to see that. If you're watching on Instagram, I'd strongly recommend you there we go. Strongly recommend you go onto YouTube, because it's much easier to see what I'm doing on YouTube. Her face is down, so I've got that angle there for her face, and that's not quite straight with the camera, it's making it look a bit twisted. There, okay, so we've got that. I feel like I still haven't got that kick quite as fabulous as it is in the drawing, and then we've got the like that. Right, now let's go with the stump. So this just allows you to smudge slightly. It's probably better when there's a little bit more mark on here. I'm going to use this. This is really soft. Look how much darker this is, and I am pressing quite hard. There. And hairlines and ears are great for showing. See how hopefully you can see the posture makes much more sense. I'm not really liking this pencil. I think the glare, I'm going to stop with the pencil in a minute. I'll just do this one. I don't know how this pencil looks from where you're looking, but I think you can't really see it terribly well. Okay. So let's say, imagine the light was coming from there, then we could go and we could put quite a lot more expressive form. We could show the form better if there was some light on it, and we can do that with this as well, with the stump. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ditch this pencil. Might even try going with the ink on it. Shall I do that? I'll leave it. Might as well leave it as it is. Let's go on to the next. So is anyone drawing? Anyone drawing while you watch? Here she goes. Look at that. She's like a, that's like a, is that a swan? Right. Look at this, beautiful. So I'm looking at lining up. There's her head, there. There's her spine. Her head, there's her bum. And here's her supporting leg, like that. And then this leg here is just on tiptoe, so that's not supporting at all. There's the lovely angle of the, right, there's her shoulder of the tutu. There's a hand, and there's her chest, waist, face. There's the weight of her skull is there at the back. And again, she's got that lovely kick up. I think I've done her body a little bit long. Poor thing, I do sympathise, I've got a very long body. Anyone else here in the long body club? Very unfortunate. She certainly isn't. Okay, so let's do that. She is on her, it's got on her point there, and you can see that calf in there. And then let's do a little bit of tutu. So it's here, isn't it? A bit of tutu there and a bit there. And let's use her hair as it is in the reference photo. Can you see how her hair is broken up by her arm? So I can put that in there to show the shape, show that the arm is there in front. Right, and she's got, there's her clavicle coming across there. Remember what I was saying about that rib cage? So look, you can see her rib cage is not a sort of negative. It's not like a concave, it's convex there. How's your cup of tea, Paul? Mine is still at least blood temperature. Oh, Paul, you've done some chatting. Let's have a look. Sorry. Right, madly catching up. Oh, you're catching up on crochet. Oh, nice. Okay, great. Yeah, well, crochet, that is, I'm a big crochet fan. Move this to the front so we can look at the one way. Oh, that's so nice. You crocheting a big blanket, remind me. I think it was a huge blanket. Oh, it's one of your, you're doing one of your season crochet blankets. Creative Dragonfly does a fantastic, she's got a fantastic idea for doing blankets based on the temperature, and so each square follows the temperature or the climate of the day, so they're like a record of the year. And Paul, not good at people, but I've now got a cat and 2 dogs. Oh, are these commissions? How exciting! Paul, that's fantastic. I'm not surprised at all. All your hard work is starting to draw attention. Right, and how are you going to do those? In pencil? Okay, yes, well, Creative Dragonfly, I'd love it, and you're very welcome to send me stuff. Now, like, I've just randomly gone to this one, and I would say that's quite a good, let's go and draw that. Right, let's move this here so you can see. Okay, I'm going to move it down here because I'm conscious of the fact that we're doing a sheet, and sometimes when you're doing a sheet it's nice not to have 2 very similar ones close together. So I'm going to pop this one down here. It might not work, but it's actually quite similar. So she's up, move that like that. So she is up on point there. She's got this, she's got a pretty much a right angle like that to that leg, and there's her torso. So you see how we're breaking it down very much into component parts. So now look at the negative space here, the negative space in between her arm, and that hand is very expressive, and that wrist, see the, like the, if you can even see the, sorry on this stream, so rib cage, not curved like that. Look, you can really see it on her, it's curved like that, and look at the angle of that. Let's get those frills in there, proper ballet treat. Right, and then I'm going to draw, so there's her I think that's her quads, got that lovely curve there of the leg, there's her knee, and then this leg as well, so it's got some bulk to it here, and there we go, up, right up, really stretched, and then you get this dynamic here where it goes over the knee, as the muscles wrap over. I've kind of exaggerated that a little bit, but we can ease that out with this. Okay, so and then let's look at her head. So I'm kind of thinking if we were to do a plumb line from here up, that would just about catch the back of her head, which is about, I'm looking at the corner of the 2A of the tutu as well. So that helps me locate her head. And here's her ear. So that also helps very much with locating things. That seems to tie in fine with the arm. There's some muscles, good strong muscles there. And let's get that neck, chest, and then this one is going out here like that with some lovely hand action. She's actually, I think, looking up a little bit, isn't she? So that's her, there's her jaw there, and her eye, quite hard to control with this chisel tip. Okay, let's get, and then there's her. Right, so what I might do actually is, why don't I colour this tutu? Because that will also help with making sense of where the chest area. Because right, what colour shall I do? And I'm not going to go to town here. This isn't going to be a massive tutu fest, but let's just say it's a blue tutu. There we go. And let's do that thing that we did before with her hair. So use that. I think her hair goes like that as a device to describe to throw that arm forward in front. Now this leg here is the front leg, so it certainly wouldn't be smaller than the back leg. Probably doesn't really matter, but ballerinas do have that lovely graceful you know, those curves that go one way and then the other, like that. Okay, and I'm not even going to go any more onto this arm. I think that's enough. It's in the back. I don't want it to be just give her a bit more skull. Okay. And shall we give her a bit of, you know, like, where's that movement? It's here really, isn't it? So it's really like this. So don't hesitate to kind of scribble on top of what you've done. Right, should we give her a blue tutu in here as well? I quite like that. 10 minutes till the draw, guys. So you can really over-explain things, and I'm not hopefully in the business. It can be very tempting to over-explain. How's this? There we go. And I'm just keeping. Oh, look at this chat. I'm so sorry. I haven't been ignoring you, but I have. The colour temperature ones, yeah, none of them and 6 are about 35 squares each behind. Oh, what? So you're behind on your schedule then, are you? Okay. Ah, Sombrai Laventuero. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Sombrai. It's really lovely to have you on the stream, and thank you so much for joining. So, right, here we go. I'm going to scrub on through. If anyone wants to have a go at this, you can see. Now, let's see, what can we catch? Now, the nice thing about this is we've got her facing the other way. I quite like, if I can, that's so beautiful, isn't it? Let's see if I can catch her. Oh, that's very nice too. How about that? Okay, let's do that. And those ones, if you imagine you're telling a story, a nice thing to do with those is to put like the end of the story. So if this sheet is a story, I don't know how many I'm going to fit on here. The end of the story is, that one work? There we go. Sorry. There we go. So if this is a story, I don't know what it's going to contain in it, but I really like having a curled up or a sitting or a finishing one, like a full stop at the end. So I'm going to put that in there. Why can't I see that chat? I know, I haven't got your chat on top, that's the problem. There we go, right, now I'll see your chat. Sorry, I wasn't seeing the chat because I didn't have it on top. Right, so here we go, we've got our dancer. I'm going to put it in there. So if you're watching on Instagram, let me just move this over for a second so you can see. This is the pose we're doing, and I'm just scrubbing through reference videos on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to do that in the corner here. So you could do this with, let's go down a bit. You could do it with pencil first, but I'm not going to. I'm going to think, I mean, we're thinking like Degas, you know, those incredible. So let's just look at this as a big shape. Let's look at the envelope of this shape. And it's like we've got I might just go with a tutu first. Let's go for that huge. She's like one of those, reminds me of one of those cake dolls. Did you ever anyone here ever have one of those cake dolls where you have like the Barbie doll at the top and then the cake is the skirt? Maybe that's a bit irreverent of me to say that perhaps, right, but we must remember the geography of the body in here. And then behind, it's way too easy to make mistakes. Oh, you got sidetracked with the stairs and other things. Oh, would I ever do it? Do you know what? I have done this from a live dancer. Yes, I absolutely have. If you dig right down, thank you, by the way, if you dig right down through my social media, you'll find, I think I've got an IGTV of where I did it with a model. She is a life model. I met her in Paris. So I first drew her in an academy in Paris, and she's called Anaïs Pommeline. She's absolutely brilliant, a fantastic model, and oh, Paul, right, you make proportions look so easy. I find positioning on the paper difficult. It is, yes, and oh, thank you so much. It's lovely. Thank you, Sombra L'Adventurero. I'm sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. Right, so it's those it's been really, you have to be really quite strict with yourself and not, so there we go, there's her hair, right over there, coming in at the nape of the neck there, and here's her, so remember she's got her rib cage here, she's going in there, and there's her, this is like, it's like a sort of, that's her waist actually, isn't it, there? And then here would be her knee, and there's her, I don't know, this might not work, this one. I feel like it's working brilliantly, but it's too early to tell. Okay, now let's put that, right, what have we got? I've done her face there, her face should be here. I don't want to go too strong. And let's create a bit of, there's her hair, okay, and we've got the profile of her breast here and her tummy there and there, right, coming in, and then her back actually comes up like that. Right, now we've got her tutu, which will, when we colour it in, it will help to describe. Let's get some whizzy woo. And where's my pencil gone? Here we are. Right, and then once we get this colour in, hopefully it will look slightly less strange. And then I'm going to do the draw. Right, Soggy Rabbit, you need to wake up. So yes, Creative Dragonfly, I do sometimes do it from live, and it looks very different. And if you want to try that, one thing that you can do to practice it, oh, nice. When's that, Paul? I think we're watching, I don't suppose you are a Soul to Soul person. I'm going to see Soul to Soul in January, I think. Right, and I just need to remember that that goes over there like that. There, and let's get that. So this ear, again, remember I said the ear is really handy for, so basically the hair over the ear is very handy for showing position, head position. So that's her ear there. And her face is kind of obscured, but we could do a hint of face. Right, so if we zoom out there, okay, and how about some movement in here? So this is like ruffling here. Okay, and I'm also going to remember the occlusion shadow. I know you do, Creative Dragonfly. Let's get that in there. Just kind of try and anchor her slightly. It's her knee and the edge of her tutu. Yeah, so she's actually should have 2 legs, shouldn't she? There we go, there's her other one. Right, quite enough of that. Let's do the draw. Okay, I need some special draw music, but I don't have any special draw music. So I have got a handful of names here, you can see there. I ended up in Cardiff Tuesday and Birmingham's. Oh right, wow, you're seeing them twice, or different people. Okay, so I might actually think this might be easier to do here because you can see. Right, so here are the names. They're all folded up. I can't see them. Oh, I can see that one slightly. I've absolutely no invested interest in this. And so I'm going to shut my eyes, so you can see I've got my eyes shut. Here are my hands. Right, I think I've got them all there. Where's Soggy Rabbit? Okay, right, here's Soggy Rabbit. Can you see that? Yes, okay. Right, so here's the pile of names. I think they're all on here. And there's Soggy Rabbit. So Soggy Rabbit is going to pick out a random name for me here. Right. I have no idea who this is. This is total live. In fact, you're going to see before I do. It's upside down. Bravo! Hey, bravo! I don't know if you're still watching. If you are, you've won this. So congratulations and thank you so much everyone else who entered, who you all are. Thank you so much for entering and thank you so much for your participation in these streams. It is wonderful to have you. And right, bravo. What I need from you is I will be in touch. I need a photo of a soft toy. So if you've got any young friends who would like their soft toy portrait, I would be absolutely delighted to do it live on stream. And if you want, I can frame the picture and post it to you. You can give it to them in person. I'm really, really happy. So thank you. Our Deirdre is saying congratulations. Thank you, Deirdre. Bravo, bravo, indeed. Right, so there we go. So that will be the last stream for now in terms of this. When I'll do a soft toy portrait for Bravo. Right, let's get back to the drawing board and this wonderful. There we go. I'll just move that chat down there so you people on Instagram can see. Okay, thank you. Right, so let's do something else. Let's scrub in through the video and watch this beautiful movement. So I'm talking about, I don't want that. I want to re-watch that video. Okay. So I'm looking for something to go in here that's a bit different from what we've got already. So I'm just looking at, you can slow them. I quite like, that's quite a challenging one. But she is looking the other way. Let's go back a tiny bit and see. That's nice. Should I do that? Okay, you won't necessarily see that she's upside down. Sorry, that she's off the ground. But maybe you will. Let's see. Right. Yes, well done, Bravo. Do you know what? Bravo is the one person I didn't actually check that you wanted to enter, but I'm assuming that you're wise to these sort of things. and that you will have somebody in your circle who would appreciate a soft toy portrait, an original drawing of their toy. Okay, right, so we've got this lovely, her hair's doing amazing things. I might exaggerate that. See, I'm holding this pen at the end, it's a chisel tip pen, if you haven't already seen. So I'm just using the corner. I've no idea if this is a legitimate way to draw, but obviously who cares. Now look at this, we're looking up the skirt, so we've got this ellipse here where the skirt meets her leg, and then we've got this rhythm that way and then that way. Okay, and there's her glute. Hopefully this will make sense. And then she's got her balletic point there, and the other one is here, like that, also pointing that way. Okay, I think we're going to have to commit here to this leg. Let's go. Gone slightly overboard with that twist, but hopefully it'll make sense when we get this. So really going loose on here to get that sense of movement. But a little bit, actually it's quite big. Okay, and let's get her turn there. So we're looking up at her, and that affects, so the length of the torso, you can see the dress is over, obscuring most of her torso, and she's slightly, I would say, not tipping her head back, but she is definitely looking over towards us. And there's that wonderful hair swish. Sort of locate her eyes there and her mouth there. Right. And there's her hairline. Oh, that's looking a bit complicated, so I'm going to put that in like that, and then go like that. Right, let's colour that in. Little bit of a sense of grounding there, and this arm isn't quite making sense, so let's bring it, give a little bit more explaining to that arm, and she'll have the muscles going in there. And I'm going to make up a hand, and I think I might put the other arm in, because I think although you can't see it, I think it might make sense, and I'm going to draw it slightly lighter there. And I feel like we need a bit of neck there and a bit of jaw, maybe, to help make sense of that. And let's get this angle here. So I've missed out a little bit of tutu there. Right. Okay, so you know, some of them work, some of them don't. I wouldn't say that one particularly worked, but if you look in the context of the whole thing, perhaps it's better. That leg's definitely, something's definitely up with that leg. Okay, let's scrub on through. So I'm looking for things to go in here. That's a little bit closed. Oh, that's nice. Have we got anything? We've got nothing like that really. So let's put that in. And it's a really lovely, typical, I think this is a very typical ballerina pose. Let's put that in here. So I'm wondering what I can fit. So I could fit one here and a tall one here. So I'll do it here, and then I'll try and find a tall pose to go there. So sort of trying to think as you would of the whole page if you're doing a sheet. Right, so doing on there. So there are her arms, there's her head. It's like a sort of, right. This is, the tutu is just basically an ellipse, isn't it? In this one, got a little bit of her chest and rib cage here, which I would like to show, and I might just invent that there, and then let's get her arms. So it's all about the arms really, this one, I think, and the hands, these beautiful expressive hand gestures which can be just hinted at, and then her head is tilted down, so there's her, see her hair like that, her face. I'm not going to do that bit of hair coming in front, I think that's probably a little bit confusing. And then let's go, so there would be her bottom, and then we would have her knee here, and then this, so remember this, remember the there we go, the center of gravity is what I was looking for. So make sure you get that center of gravity, and here's her toe out pointed, and let's see how it looks coloured, see if we need any more explaining. That might be enough. So there's her costume. Okay. And I think she needs this occlusion shadow in here just to really anchor that foot. And then I'm going to put a little bit of dark there. I might just do that throughout. I think it really helps. So that one's up, these are down, that one there as well. Just something to sort of, they look a bit strange individually, but together I think they possibly show more. Right, let's look now for a straight one for here. Okay. And yeah, yes, okay, let's go. So I'm looking for a straight pose. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, it might fit in a gap. What's she gonna do now? I think, is that the end? Yeah, let's go back to the beginning. I don't think we have got this one. I could watch this all day. Right, what about with this twist? It's very similar to the one we've got here. I think maybe I can do one that's spread a little bit. We've got that one. Oh, now that's nice. Okay, let's do that one. Right. So can you see that in the space here, that one would fit really nicely. We've got that curve there. So let's do that, and then that's a sheet. I might go back to the other video and also have a chat. I'm going to try not to miss out on too much chat, because I've been tending to do too much, all this drawing and not enough chatting, I think. Because it has to be fun. Right. Deirdre, I wonder how your tea's gone down. I expect it's all been eaten and cleared away by now. in a very orderly way. Okay. So there we go, we've got the tutu, we've just got these kind of key lines, that rhythm going down from the torso and up to the arms. So now I'm looking at, here are the hands, there's a hand there and a hand there, and then a foot here. So this foot is off the ground and this foot is firmly planted, you know, nice and strong there. Let's see. Okay, so out of interest, this ankle here, if you were to show the ends of the bones that cause the bulges on the ankles, that one is lower. So the one on the outside, which is this one on the right, I don't know if this is making sense, this one here is lower. That is because it is, I can't remember if it's the tibia or the fibula, I can never remember which is which. Do we have any anatomists watching? Okay, so let's get that calf muscle in. I'm really enjoying a fantastic anatomy course at the moment online by Alan McGowan. And Alan McGowan was a contestant in one of in the very first Portrait Artist of the Year. Sky Arts do this great programme. Does anyone else follow Portrait Artist of the Year? You can watch all the back catalogue there on Sky Arts. They did some really good stuff through lockdown as well. They did a Portrait Artist of the Week on Facebook. Thank you, Paul. That's really kind. I'm really glad the thing is to let yourself off the hook. You know, I mean, I don't recommend doing it live as a sort of de-stressing. It's not, it is a bit stressful doing it live. But it would be, except I have you guys, and so I know it doesn't matter. I know you're not bothered if each one doesn't look amazing. Get that hair again. Use those assets to help you show the form behind them. There. So there's her hair. I'm going to do a little bit of that to just there. And trying to get that stretch, that real, and then she's got, I don't know if it's going to work to show her fingers, but I might just try, because this hand is kind of turned that way rather beautifully. Okay, let's get her, this is her tutu here. That's her rib cage there, and her tutu comes out like that. That's her back. Okay, have got an elbow going on here. And again, you see how this has retained that sense of moving forward. Can anyone tell me? There's absolutely no prize other than the praise of your very affectionate peers. Can anyone tell me why this looks like she's falling forward? What is it about the way this has drawn that gives it that sense of falling? If I zoom out, maybe if I had the camera straight, that would help. It's not really fair to ask you that with the camera straight. Can you see that? Yeah. Can anyone tell? Right, and let's look at the shape of her tutu. Give it a colour in. It's wonderful to see, good for you. I've had a couple of pics that have gone down well, but I can hide until I'm happy with them. Ah, okay, so you're going to be doing a bit of secret squirrel, are you, Paul? And wait. And what needs to happen for you to be happy with your pictures? That's a bit of a philosophical question. What needs to... When are you going to be happy? Do you need somebody to approve your pictures? Do you have somebody that you show them to? That's quite a nice thing to have, a person that you show your pictures to for a bit of feedback. So yeah, so it's funny, this whole thing of feedback, isn't it? I think it's a really interesting area, because on the one hand we create to express things, but without somebody ingesting what we've created by looking at it and or commenting and sharing. We don't it's like, you know, if the leaf drops in the forest, did it actually exist? The centre of gravity feels very forward. Yes, you're totally right. Yes, because the centre of gravity is kind of here. And yes, so there, that would be it. Yeah, and it gives it that sense of, it might help if I put in the ground. I'm going to put there's the ground, like that. Yes, so that thing about feedback is really interesting, Paul, and I think it's really important. I put some work up in a pub yesterday, really nice pub in Bristol, and it's funny, because I think if you sit in your ivory tower and you don't show your work, or you wait until you think it's perfect, that is your favourites have just told me when to stop. Yes, yeah. So I think if you so it's about not knowing if they're finished, is it? That's a thing. That's definitely a thing. But then sometimes you can end up being quite kind of hung up on waiting for that moment of perfection, and sometimes it's good to kind of pursue it, but other times, I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I think other times you kind of, you have to let it go out into the world. And there's sometimes you know, some things you're just never really ready for, are you? Sometimes it's like kids, having kids. There's never that point when you think, yes, I'm really ready. I haven't got there yet. Yeah. So yeah, well, I wonder where Bravo's gone then. I don't know if you're lurking, Bravo, but if you're there, it's your lucky day. You've totally lucked out. So let me do a few more on the other dancer, because she was an absolutely great subject and really fun. I love these kind of dynamic poses. So I will just move this one out of the way a little bit. There. We'll look at, for the people on Instagram, here you go. We'll look at this one now. This is my subject video. So if you look on YouTube, this one is by RODNAE Productions. And if you look on my YouTube channel, on the references section, you will find this one. But I'm going to go to the drawing board now and start zipping through. Okay. Right, let's do it when she moves. I missed it. What you can do in YouTube is you can slow it down. I'm going to do the settings, and I'm going to make this playback speed half. So if I play it now, you can see it's much easier to catch movement, and you can slow it back even more. And also, top tip, if you're watching if you're watching things that you don't want to watch so quickly, that you think, like if it's a slow talk, if it's an artist describing something, or a lecture, you can actually speed it up, go faster, and that's quite good. My kids watch everything on speed. I've started doing it as well, actually. It's quite good. Right, this twist is, oh look, there we go. There's another, it's a very, sort of echoes the other posture of the other art dancer. It echoes, so like an echo of this one. So I will do it. I think I might do it. I might do these a little bit bigger. Let's try. How long have we got? 4:20. Okay, why don't I try and do something a little bit more substantial with this? And having said that, if I'm going to do a more substantial one, I'm going to choose something a little bit more That's nice. Where shall we stop? I feel like I want to stop with her. Okay. What do you reckon? I think it's got to be this one. I think that is just such a brilliant pose. I know I've done it already this stream, but I'm going to do that, but do it. I'd take a little bit longer. So I think I'll probably try and do this for the rest of the stream and just go in a little bit more detail. And so because of that, I will do a little pencil layer and then go over it a bit with ink, and we'll colour her in as well. Shall we colour her dress at least? Right, so let's still, when you're doing a longer pose, you still need to treat it with the same kind of analysis. So you might do the analysis more, so let's get her, so sometimes it's quite hard to work out your envelope when you've got an outstretched arm. So I'm looking at the crook of her waist where it meets her leg, and I reckon it's there. So it's a little bit higher than halfway down. So if that's the bottom, there's the top. This is how you judge, a good tip to judge proportions. And then imagining, if we imagine a plumb line going down here, then we are to her body weight. This must be her centre of gravity, I think, or thereabouts. And then she's got one leg up here. Really fabulous pose, coming down like that. Her pelvis would be tilted like that. So let's think about, so that this is her, for people who like their anatomy, that was her ASIS, or her front. What's all this dancing make me want to return to Romeo's and Juliet's. Gotta run. Ah, Deirdre, so lovely to see you. Thank you so much. Good night, sweet ones, and thank you so much for joining, Deirdre. It's lovely. And next week I'm going to be doing a soft toy portrait. So hope you can join for that. But good night to your little ones, and I hope you've got your feet up fairly soon after a busy day, by the sounds of it. Okay, so this is a key point, those front points of the hips, and my yoga teacher, the lovely Jane, sometimes tells us when we're doing a pose. She said, if you imagine you've got your hip bones are like guns, and you want to do, and she can say you might want to have, so if you were arching your back, so if you were lying down, your guns would be pointing straight up, and if you're standing really square and straight, the guns of the, the front point of your pelvis is pointing forward. So these are really key points, and you can quite often see them on figures, depending on how the weight of the figure is. And so I'm squinting, and I would say her breasts are quite a good landmark as well, because we've got this really fabulous compression here. So we've got compression there and stretch here. Can you see? And then we are having to guess what's going on here, but it's definitely worth having a little guess. Otherwise, it can look wrong once you put in the dress. I'm just going to imagine for a second that she's not wearing the dress, and just try and work out where her groin and leg joints would fit, like that. And this will all be rubbed out. Now she's got, you see her knee, can't quite see her knee, but I think her knee is here. And then she's got this muscle here doing a lot of work, because that's lifting her leg up, I believe. Actually it's these here, isn't it, that lifting your leg. What lifts your leg up? Which muscles is that then? So I'm doing a fantastic, oh, you love yoga. Oh, I can't say I love yoga. I do love it, but yeah, what do you do then? What sort of yoga? And what's your favourite pose of yoga. Okay, so we've got her, and that shoulder there, see, is really dropped down. So we've got that, although her shoulders are sloping, and that shoulder comes out there, they're nothing like the angle of the hips. Got that there, and then we've got her, if you think of her spine, it's actually coming like this, and here, and there's her hair. Right, so you can see the structure starting hopefully to come together. And notice there's her, I think I've maybe had her head a little bit not even tilted over enough there, and she's got her traps, her trapezius muscles there, so her head is down quite a lot, like that. Okay, and we've got that lovely dress neckline there. I haven't really gone for it with the scarf. I don't know, I think that scarf might work. I think she is wearing a scarf, isn't she? Might make her scarf actually float like that, just for artistic. What do you think? Is that too much of a license, do you think? Okay, so it's really trying to get the balance of the weight. So there's her breast line, and then you can see her elbow is below that. Her hand is coming in here. Let's just do a ball to start with for her hand, because she's got those fingers kind of curled around. Okay, so we've got this one here like that. Okay, and then we've got the dress, but we're not going to worry about the dress too much for now. The dress will, it's a bit of a delayed gratification, because the dress will make everything look better, I think. And remember, we've got this lovely outline here, which we can therefore, yeah, we can see a bit of her leg here. So that's going to be really handy for, you know, using this dress to throw the leg forward. Some lovely, if I was doing it in colour, I'd have, like actually colour, I would have great fun with that light coming through there. If you squint, I don't know if you can see, it's quite sort of warm orangey light there where that sunlight is coming through her dress, and then this is all really cool here. I might try and do that. Okay, let's get map her face. We've got mouth there, nose there, so the relative positioning of, don't think I'm going to try and do open mouth. I don't go that far in terms of describing, but let's just have a leg. Okay. Okay, there's her other elbow. Right, so now we've got a sense. Apple Fitness have added Pilates. No, Pilates. Yeah, I've got two friends who teach these. One teaches Pilates and the other teaches yoga. And I have to say, yoga seems to be less. There seems to be less sadism involved in yoga than Pilates. I find Pilates teachers to be quite sadistic. And it might just be me, it might just be my friend. She features actually in my video on anatomy. She's very, very helpful, very lovely, but don't try and slack off in her Pilates class. Nothing gets by her. And in fact, if you are her friend and you're going on a walk with her and your posture's not good, she'll pull you up on that as well. No mercy. Right, what colour are we going to do this dress? And I'm going to stick with a pink. I think that would be nice. Get my pencils. Here we go. Right. So I'm going to go for some of those flashes of colour. I haven't got a rubber with me. Never mind. So let's just do, I'm going to see if I can make that work. So I'm going to go in with that negative, and I am still going to do the pen. I'm just getting that red, beautiful red light shining through here. And I'm drawn to the contrast with the cooler pink. Let's see if I can find. So do you remember the more relaxing, Would she? Yes. Right, so I'm going to go also fairly bright. Okay. Oh, the pencils. Yes, I know. Look at this. And that's not even all of them. Have you got pencil envy? Look. Da, 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 da. Yes, it's for the soft soggy rabbit portraits because you know you get toys in all colours and there we go. Right, so that goes down there like that. Yeah, so I have to have all those colours for the toys because they come in all colours, and you never know if a toy's got a feature on it. It has to be right, and you can't, you know, it's very much subject to the photographs. Okay, and I'm going to go to town with this. I must say I really enjoy walking. Yes, yeah, yes. I think I'm with you, Paul. I used to like running, and I still like the idea of running. Anyone run? Okay, I'm really emphasising that coolness there, but there's some bounce light here, so that's warmer, I think, there. Okay, and I'm going to do, she's got these ruffles going in here. Oh no, oh yes, I also, plantar fasciitis, dreadful, horrible, yes, I feel your pain. Right, now there is the edge of her leg, just there. That bit of dress, if you look carefully, is actually wrapped around her leg, there. Can you see? And then this is more loose. Right. Let's also then go with, now I need to find some good, see what I've got into, oh there's a good flesh colour. Right, so let's go in with this. I'm almost beginning to wonder if I need to do the, pen, we'll see. I think maybe I shall. But this is great because of the contrast between her local colour of her flesh and that bright top. Right, and then this area here of her arm is all in dark. There, so let's get that in. Let's get this on. It's very flat light, and she's got the light behind her, so she is very much quite a sort of, you don't get so much variation of tone when someone's got the light behind them. Let's try and get what we have. Let's get that shadow, slight cast shadow under her chin. There, and let's go for this leg now. Right. Oh, this is fun. I hope you're enjoying this at least half as much as I am. I'm so sorry the music is the same. Planning a walk from Bristol Parkway to Bradford on Avon. How long will that take? And by the way, yes, I hear you, cycling. I think cycling is a really good... Oh, sorry. Just trying to see the chat. I just have to very carefully move this over. Here we go, right. You were training for a 10k, oh, cycling or walking, yeah. Yes, I think, I don't know, I think it's when I did my plantar fasciitis, when, my fascia, when I just upped my training. It was going really, really well, and yeah, I was gutted. Okay, there we go. We've got some. Let's get those leg muscles in. There we go. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That one went a bit cold. Right. There's Man of Dreams. Okay, so we've got this. So I'm using this to define the edge of the skirt there. and here. So let's have a sense. So have a sense of that arc, that whole leg there, and the ruffle there. Probably about 6 or 7 hours. Oh my goodness. Pardon? You'd help me draw the flies. Well, actually, the thing is, we've already drawn it. So it was Bravo who wanted it. But you can say hello. Hello. Hi, everyone. Here's Tom. What have you been doing? Have you been drawing? About thing. Have you been playing on the Xbox?
Yeah, but I am going to.
Okay, what are you drawing?
No, I literally showed it.
When? Show me, tell me. Tell everybody else. Other people don't know. Yes. I think, can you bring that? Do you want to bring it and show it? Let's see if I can get Tom to show you his drawing. Right, but you didn't hear me talking like that. I will. Right, so we've got the sense. There we go. Under her kneecap. So kneecap on the top, and then the shadow of the kneecap there, and we've got this calf coming out here. And then here is that thing I was talking about. Oh, thank you. I'll tell him. He'll be back in a minute to show you. Non-weight bearing, fell backwards into the bath and getting out of the... Oh my goodness. Oh. This goes from bad to worse. You just have a look. Another thumbs up. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Right. Paul, that sounds really nice. I actually love the thought of a long walk like that. And as long as you're not in a rush, and presumably you'll have some convivial stops. Right, let's just zoom in and I'll tell you about that ankle. Okay, so remember, these are the ends. So in here, you've got two, let's go even closer. In the bottom of the leg, you've got, so there's the kneecap, you've got 2 bones kind of side by side, and the one at the side finishes there, and the one on the inside this is like the bigger one. So you've got one on the side and one there. Who can help me? Which is the one on the side? Is it the tibia or the fibula? I don't remember, sorry. Right, and then you've got the there's the foot there, and she's got a slight bit there which you can see, and those fabulous boots. I think actually that's all boots there, isn't it? We'll put them in a minute. Okay, so but it's important to remember, if you look for it when you're doing figure drawing, it's a really good landmark to get that ankle, get the slant of those bones. She's actually got heels on, that's why it's so long. And we'll do a bit of cast shadow here under that, just for fun. Okay, move that out like that. Right. A fundraising. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Well, good for you. What are you raising funds for, Paul? You can tell us. I would be very interested in sponsoring. I like sponsoring people when they're doing stuff. Now, she may have her mouth open, but it's always a little bit tricky, the mouth thing, because of you've got that shadow thing, and but those teeth shouldn't be completely white. Or should that be drop out places? I'm sure. Well, actually, you seem like a really nice guy, Paul. I don't think you would stop someone if they were. I think yeah, my Pilates instructor, there'd be no dropping out from her walk with the, but yeah, I think if we were walking with you, you'd be allowed to drop out. I don't have you as a quitter though, Paul, really. I'd be very surprised if you dropped out. Are you doing any training, or is it just, sounds like the sort of thing you could probably do. Right, let's just think about that shoe structure before I go in with the dark. I'm going to do I think I might do her boots with the black pen for contrast, not quite sure. So we need to get some of that pink in, a bit more pink. There. Okay, can you hear my tummy rumbling? And there is her tummy. So this is actually her tummy here. There are all sorts of landmarks on the form, and this is why life drawing is so great, because even though we are drawing her with her clothes on, it really helps to understand what's going on underneath. And when you can do that, you probably do a better job than me. Thinking, not going for the sympathy, but ended up cancelling our holiday to the Isles of Scilly. Oh my goodness. Train sound. Sounds like planning. Right. King Macmillan. Ah, yes. Yep. Not going for the Movendo. Oh dear. I see. I was hearing train as in your kind of train, but you're talking in the other kind of training. I see. Right. I get you, Paul. Oh, cancelled holidays. What a disappointment. There have been a lot of cancelled holidays, haven't they? I think a lot of people have got tickets to places. I'm hoping to go and see my friend in Ireland next year, or sometime next year if possible, but I have no idea if it's going to be possible. Right, there we go. We've got that there. So this may not be perfect, but you get the idea. I'm trying to really convey how we get an idea of that posture. So Macmillan are amazing, aren't they, Paul? I love all those places. I've got Marie Curie have a big place in my heart. They were also very good end of life support. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Well, I'll definitely sponsor you. Right, I'm not getting enough of these. I'm not getting enough. I've lost a bit of the dynamism. So I think, as this is the last one of these, I'm going to go for a bit of risk taking now, and go in with the darker pen. Hope you get there. Oh my goodness, Brian! Woo! Okay, Brian, I'm going to give you some attention in a second. Hope you get there. Yes, after a long winter this year. So, yeah, walking I do, and I have you got inserts for your shoes, Creative Dragonfly, for plantar fasciitis. That's a good thing to have. Right, quick hello. Yes, charities really have. Yeah, quick hello. Let's say hello to Brian. Brian, how are you doing? Late? Have you been out? Where have you been? So Brian, we've been, you were super late. Yeah, you were. Straight to, well, we did the draw and you'll never guess who won. Guess who won the draw? Your friend. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, so I've got these two videos, which if you want to practice drawing from them or painting, they are downloaded from Pexels, which is just it's just a sort of a site where video and photographers and videographers can upload their work. And I've taken these two and put them on my YouTube channel on the references. Paul says hi, on the references playlist, so that I can scrub through them. And I think, Brian, you've probably seen me do this before, but I will show you. So a tip for practicing moving figures. So this is what we've been doing. I've been scrubbing through videos. So this was, these were the first drawings I did. Sorry, I was just showing off my pencils to Creative Dragonfly. A bit boasty, really. So these were done from this, and basically I scrubbed through like that, and I was playing it at half speed. So that video is really great. It's got loads of look how she moves, such a model. And then we did this one. So again, this is from the same source, different video, different photographer, and we were doing these. We were talking about centre of gravity and you know, putting in lines of motion for sort of sketchy, doing the poses. And then so I'm just really finishing off with just one sketch of this dancer, which I've now lost the, let's go and find that pose in here, see if I can grab through to where she does that fabulous move. Right, here she is. I need to be able to play it backwards. I'm going to try and catch her. There we go, there she is. Okay, I think I had her a tiny bit forward. There we go. Okay, so, and I'm going to go in with a bit of black now. So, how's your cousin then, Brian? All good, I hope? Where's your cousin? And we've been moaning about, you don't have to worry about this, Brian, our ageing bodies. Right, let's see how that is. So this is like a brush pen. I'm going to try this. So just for a bit of contrast, I'm going to do, let's see, you can see a bit of her hair there. And this brilliant spiky hair there. And more here. Sense of the curve of the head, even though it's subtle, it's really important to kind of not lose that. Some great shapes going on here, and I'm going to make sure that comes up forward there. Okay, and let's do some, I'm going to do her eyes. I'm going to go in there with some features there. This is super high risk. Okay, and let's get those, let's look at the things which really I want to bring out. So I'm going to bring out that hand. I think that's a really nice line. I love this scarf. So just trying to be a little bit selective about what I put in. Like that. Get these landmarks here, get bits of bone there, and here's that rib cage, remember, and those hips, and let's look what's happening with her dress. Okay, so she's got a bit of dress rumpling here and some lovely things there, and these shoes, these boots were made for walking. Da, da, da. I hope you're singing, Brian. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Okay, thank you, Paul. Right, she's got that lovely, it's like a real kind of stompy look to the pose on these, and I think that's, the light is bouncing slightly off. That is black on that boot. But, you are really, I'm so happy you're here, and I'm really sorry oh, yesterday, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, we are just doing, this is the last one. As it's a flying visit, I'll show you, I've just been scrubbing through videos and just capturing some moving pose. Hey Brian, it's fine. I might hang around for a few minutes. I won't be dashing off. If anyone wants to carry on chatting, I will just chat for a minute at the end. Okay, so here we go, and then let's get that lovely, so the curve of her calf. Nice bit of a nice strong calf. I like a nice strong calf. And then we have boot, proper bit of boot again. Get that in. I think these might be slightly, are they strappy? I don't know, these boots. And get the edge of that dress there. And then this crease, so this here is compressed there. That's a really important edge there to show the contrast with the stretch. Yes, Brian. Thank you for noticing. Oh. Brian can't blame the kids because Brian is a kid, Paul. But there's no commitment to turn up. I'm always delighted when you do, but I never feel like, you know, right, I'm going to even go and get her clavicles in. Okay, and let's get this calf here, knee, thigh, there. Probably over explaining. Do we want to put any, I wish you could see this, I wish you could see this dark, it looks a bit weird in this light, but anyway, there she is. Right, and let's give her a little bit more motion, and so she's just trying to work out let's move her and see which way she's moving. So I wanted to put a few moving lines in. Just going to see what bit of her is moving. Yeah, it's this, isn't it? It's this sweep. Let's just get that sweep in there. Just to kind of show there. Suddenly it's got a bit of action. Oh, Jane as well. Look at you. You're on a beach. Did I read that right? For that, if my show. Oh, would you Brian? I would absolutely love you to interview me. I would be delighted. I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing streaming for quite a while. So this is next week. I'm going to be doing the Soggy Rabbit one. And then, but this is great, Brian. Fantastic. You're a huge kid, possibly worse than your lot. Yes. So, Brian, I'd love to be interviewed by you. Who wouldn't, quite frankly? Yeah, we haven't had any raiders today. And Jane, welcome back. Jane, I'm really curious. I'm just going to have a look through these chat comments to see, did I imagine that, or did you say you were on a beach? You are out on beach. Are you still on holiday? And I bet, is it really cold? Are you going in the sea? What temperature is the sea? Jane is, I think she's in the Outer Hebrides, quite literally. No joke. Right. Okay, so I will. Yeah, that comes down there. That's great. Right. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit more shadow in here, and then I will leave this alone. I promise. Right, what have I got? We're looking for a dark blue because it needs to be cool. Here. These shadows here. There we go. That's better. And a bit under there. Okay. Warm and sunny. Oh wow, how nice. How very lovely. Who would have thought it? I know it's a bit of a stereotype, isn't it, that Scotland's cold, because it's not. It is often absolutely lovely. Wow. So are you going in the sea then, Jane? I think you should. I think when this stream is over, you should go and jump in the sea. Yes, Paul, I've done some really, interviewing people is great, it's such fun. If you have a look on my YouTube channel, I've got something called Artists Connect, a playlist called Artists Connect, and on there you can see the, let's see if I can compress this. Yes! Oh, I should say yay, Brian interview. Where can I put, I was trying to think where I can lay this out so you can see. It'd be fun being interviewed, being the one, not having to think of questions, and I do love talking about myself, as my family will tell you. So yeah, so here we go. There's a few fun drawings. Remember, when you're drawing people, you know, you get disasters. Sometimes they don't look right. Keep going, definitely keep going, and don't give up. Lots of people. Oh, you don't swim then? Yeah, good old yeah, Gulf Stream, our saving grace. Yeah, I might go in a Lido, a heated Lido. So you've got a requirement. Okay, I'm interested. I'm listening, Brian. Yeah, so just to say on this sort of sordid subject of art. So remember, if you want your subject to have motion, and you can always think about that line that is the centre of gravity, and if their feet are off the centre of gravity, both to one side, then it will have a falling down. You have to turn your head and stay still and not move at all. Oh wow, are you going to draw me? That would be even better. Or are you just going to make me have some of your medicine? So guys, if you haven't seen it already, on my YouTube channel you can see I did a stream, and Brian very, very kindly sat to me, and his drawings are on his way to his mum in Dubai. So I very much hope they get there. I posted them quite a while ago, tightly packed in a tube. I'm going to put these here because I think these are my favourites. I quite like that one. Yeah, Brian, that would be fantastic. Just not moving. You want me to just sit still? What about when you have your dancing section, Brian? What am I going to do then? So please, guys, do look in my playlist on my YouTube channel. I've got a playlist of artist interviews. So I've interviewed some fantastic artists. I've interviewed Lucienne Lassalle, and she did a live patination demo. It's very bad quality filming, but she actually gets the blowtorch out and you can see her doing that. And I've interviewed Susanna McInnes, pin drop painter, that was a recent one, and Macrame Emma, and there are others. So please do have a look on there. The conversation is great. My production is poor. I'm a screaming amateur, but I don't think that matters. The main thing is the content. So I'll cut that like that. Right, so guys, thank you so much for joining, and I will hang around for a few minutes on chat if you want to. What was I going to say? Yeah, congratulations to Bravo. Bravo won the Soggy Rabbit soft toy portrait draw. So Bravo, I need to get in touch with you and tell you and get you to send me a photo of a soft toy so that I can say yes. Yeah, so she's really interesting, Paul. Do have a dig. It's on my IGTV as well, and on YouTube, and you can see a lot of her work in that video. She's fantastic. Such a cool person. Really nice. Really fun as well. Really fun woman. Yeah. Okay, right. Well, Jane, I hope you have a lovely balmy evening. Balmy in the warm sense. And Creative Dragonfly, I hope your quilt you've made some progress on your crochet. What kind of topic do I want to talk about? Wow, you can ask me anything. I like all sorts of stuff. You know, I'm really up for all kinds of talk, Brian. I'm easy. Whatever you want to talk about. If there's anything you want to know, then you're super welcome. If there's anything I can help with, or you know, I don't think anything's off limits for me. I'm a pretty open person. What do you want to talk about? Okay, Brian, I think we should carry this on off stream. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and we can talk on Instagram or WhatsApp or something, shall we? Home to Fife. Oh, back to your own bed. That's nice. That's nice. Well, I hope you've had a great holiday, Jane. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to know how Dragonfly Wall is going. I don't know what you mean. Okay, I'll send you a list. And we'll have to decide when to do it. And are we going to do it by Zoom, I wonder? Anyway, for the people who are watching, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, lurkers, and people on Instagram as well. Really lovely to see you. Hi, oh Brian, I said hello. You said hello on Instagram as well. Thank you. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Next week it's going to be Soggy Rabbit. I'll be drawing hopefully Bravo's toy, but Bravo, you can give it to someone else if you want. You can pass this prize on to someone if you know someone who would like it. And I will see you all same time next week. And I hope this inspires you to be creative and have a go. Jane, I'd highly recommend, you know, a bit of sketching if you've got a long journey. Bravo's either lurking or gone. So right, take care everyone, have a great weekend, and thanks again for joining. I never take you for granted and I always enjoy your company. You are great.